Happy Monday! Oh my God, I am so excited. I mean, what have we got? Like another, well, a little bit less than 90 days for the rest of the year, but there's so much fucking opportunity out there. Isn't it amazing? And, if you haven't watched my lives before, welcome. I swear, that's what I do. If you're watching the replay, let me know in a little replay post and let me, give me some love and drop me some comments and let me know that you've been watching. I wanted to come live to you today because, it's kind of what I do now these days. And there's always this kind of question with business owners where we talk about, well, why the fuck should I even hire you in first place? No one actually says that out loud, but your clients are thinking this because there's like Jane, Karen, Krista, I don't know, Marina, whatever, whoever it is, and they're all doing the same thing. So why should they hire you instead of Jane over here, right? So that's always the question. And so there's a thing that you need to take into account when you're going into business, and that is trust. People may not trust you enough yet if they're not running down your door. And this has been a theme in last week's live videos where I was talking about the whole, well, why aren't people buying my shit? What am I doing wrong? Like, that's the question that you may ask yourself if you kind of get some eyeballs, but no one's actually clicking the buy button. No one's scheduling your sales calls. No one is getting down and dirty with you. So I've already talked about it last week. If you haven't checked out my last live videos, you can do that on my page and just check them out. We've been talking about this all week last week, and it's continuing this week, why you aren't getting no clients. And another reason may just be that they may not trust you enough. So how can you establish trust? Why should they hire you in first place? And so one of the things that you can absolutely fucking do in order to establish trust is super fucking simple. Get some fucking testimonials on your website. And I know what you're thinking. You might be rolling your eyes thinking, duh, I have some testimonials. But there are two things that might be at play here. Either you have 0 testimonials on your website, or anywhere for that matter, or you don't have the right testimonials. One of the first clients that I used to work with, she was really cute. I'm trying to think how I can say this. She was absolutely fucking sweet. So she was working her ass off, right? So she had like 10 clients a month. She didn't necessarily have a problem getting clients per se, but the clients she worked with, they didn't exactly pay her. So I wouldn't necessarily call them clients either, because it's just like doing a fuck ton of pro bono work because she was just starting out back then. And so she was doing this amazing work for them. And by the time they're done, they got everything they could want and hope for and more. And what did she not do? She didn't ask them for reviews. She didn't ask them for a testimonial. And so by the time she finished working with these 10 people, and she whacked their socks off and she did everything right and everything was hunky-dory and everything was amazing, by the time she finished working with them, she felt shy about asking them for a testimonial. Because what she did was, when we looked at her emails, it's just like, well, what did you actually ask them? What have you asked them in terms of reviews? And she was just like, nothing. And I'm like, how long ago was it that you've been working with them? And she says, oh, the first 3 or 4, I believe it was the first 3 or 4, I finished with them 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, no, why are you waiting this long? Why haven't you asked them already for a testimonial? And she simply said, well, I forgot. And the thing is, that's not what you want to be doing, because even when someone loves the shit out of you and what you've done for them and how much you've accelerated their business and how much of a difference you've made for them, they're busy with their own shit. And so they're not going to go out 24/7 going to be marketing for you, right? So that's what your testimonials are. That's essentially your mark saying, look, someone has publicly declared that I am the shit, and here's why you should hire me, because this is what they've said and I can do the same thing for you. And so when I started working with her, what then basically happened is I've looked at how we can sort of leverage her testimonials. And so we've created an easy way for clients who have already been away from her for 2 weeks, an easy way for them to submit a testimonial. And we've asked the right questions, and basically we've made it really, really easy for them to submit a testimonial and bringing them back into the energy that when they work together, because they did love her and they do give word of mouth. It's just not all the time, but as a business owner, you kind of need a good pipeline. And so with this very, very little tweak, she then got back to them, and while not all 10 of them have given a testimonial, half of them have. And when she plonked those on her website with the right wording, that, you know, the questions that she asked, with the right questions that she asked, with the right metrics that her clients, her ideal audience wanted to achieve, her business exploded. She was booked out and it was amazing. And so that's something that I want you to take into consideration. Get yourself some fucking testimonials. You may be thinking, yeah, well, I'm only starting out and how am I going to get testimonial? If you're just starting out, do a little bit of pro bono work. Make it easy for them to work with you. Go out and say, like, look, here's what I can do for you. I've already done this little bit for you. I don't want any payment. I would love a testimonial instead, and get some street cred, because that is all it is. You know, when we need to start establishing what Jonah Berger, you really need to look at Jonah Berger if you want to read more about this. And he calls it, I can't speak today. Blech. He calls it social currency. This is what you want to establish in your business, in your brand. You want to establish the social currency, right? While we all want to chase the followers, the subscribers, the likes, the shares, like whatever, they're all just vanity metrics. They're all just there to say, yo, other people are following me, so you can trust me. And while that's all cool, but when you're starting out and you don't have the 10K plus followers, you don't have the 1,000 subscribers, you don't have any of that, it's kind of that work that you need to be looking at. Whereas if you're an established business and you have as testimonials on your website, but they're kind of just like, yeah, I really, really loved working with you, it was great, you may as well not have a testimonial, because while that is still a public declaration of thumbs up, it doesn't necessarily do the job well of a testimonial. Because again, if someone just says, yeah, it was great working together, that's like going out on a date and saying, yeah, I'll call you. But literally, I might make fun of this right now, but at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. You want to make sure that your testimonials talk about the results that you have achieved for your client, and then show them to everyone, right? Plonk them on your website, plonk them on your Facebook, plonk them on your IG stories, like wherever it is that you're active and where you hang out on the interweb. It's about showing people why the fuck they should hire you and not Jane over there, because there are so many people who do what we do, and that's a good thing, because that means you don't have to do any market research. It just means that you're gonna have to, instead of shouting louder than everyone else, you're gonna have to be the cool kid in the corner where everyone's like, yo, who's that? And that's what you want to achieve. And I want you to achieve this. I want you to have all of the clients. I want you to have everything that it is that you want out of your business, right? I don't want you to go from paycheck to paycheck and think about, oh my God, it's so hard to get clients. I don't know what to do with my ever-loving life. I don't want that for you, because there's so much money to go around. There are 7 billion people on this fucking planet. There is enough clients, or are enough clients, Adina, speak English. There are enough clients to go around. There is no shortage of people who need you instead of Jane over there. But it's on you to educate them as to why the fuck they should give a damn and why they should trust you. And trust is so important. I mean, especially with like media and people always talking about the things that go wrong, right? Like you always hear about when shit hits the fan, but you very rarely hear someone saying, you know what, this user interface was the best I have ever seen. Like if you have an app developer, for instance, like unless you prompt people, they're not going to say this was amazing. People will always talk about what goes wrong, and they will openly and publicly declare it. But no one will ever say, this was super easy, this was super amazing, everything, I mean, I didn't even think about this. So no one's ever going to be doing that, not because they don't care that you don't get any kudos, but it's about they just don't think about it. So you need to prompt them. And in order to prompt them, you need to ask the right questions and make sure that you actually put it on your website. Right? Sounds simple? It is simple. I want you to get all of the clients that you can get. And if your trust factor isn't there, well, then you're going to hear a little bit of crickets going on your doorstep. And I don't want that for you. Let me just quickly talk about the program that I have coming up this October, because if you are struggling to get clients, if you have no fucking idea how this whole pitching thing works, how to actually get eyeballs on your stuff, how to actually close a sales call without even trying, then you should head your ass over to this, get your ass over to this link that I'm currently sharing, because I'm running this group program. It's for a limited time only. It's only going to be like open in October. I might be running it again, we'll see. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have 15 spaces available, and it's only really like a really, really small group. It's a really small group. It's women only. It's for women who have a website, who have a business already, but they're kind of like discounting themselves. They're, almost thinking whenever there's a lead coming in, they're already having a heart attack with the sales call, thinking, oh my God, if I don't close this, I can't pay my Netflix subscription tomorrow. What the fuck's going on? Like, that's what this course is for. This is the kind of stuff that I'll be teaching you. And I'll be teaching all my dirty secrets. I'll tell you exactly how I get clients. I'll tell you exactly how my clients have 20K months. I'll tell you exactly how this works. And this and more, there will be guest speakers. It's going to be amazing. There'll be sangrias, virtual ones, of course, because the internet ain't as fast as I would like it to be, right? And there's going to be so much cool shit, and you're going to be learning so much. And if you kind of want to know how to get, how to make business your bitch, get your ass over there. Link is in the comments. If you're watching the replay, give me some love and let me know how you feel about the trust factor on your websites, how you feel about clients actually reacting to you, whether they actually come to your site but they're not buying. Let me know how this goes for you. Otherwise, I shall love you and leave you for now, and I shall see you tomorrow.